Last summer, my family drove me to my cousin's house. They live in a large house in the middle of the country. I usually spend the summer months here with them. They have a lake and lots of woods to explore. I was a teenager at the time, and I love to explore things. After a week of visiting my cousin's house, their parents had to run to the store to get some groceries. The store was located an hour away, so my cousin and I knew we would be home alone for a long time. Since it was raining outside, we decided to wait till it gets dark and play a game of hide and seek. This is a very popular game at my cousin's house because we play it every other day. Once my cousin's parents left, we turned off all the lights and we started playing the game. Since only my cousin and I were playing, the whole point of the game is to see who is the fastest to find the other person. We each had phone timers to see how long it takes to find each other. We had a quick game of rock, paper, scissors. My cousin lost, so he would seek first. I told him to go upstairs into the bathroom and count to 40. While I was looking for a spot to hide, I heard a small creak. It sounded kinda like a door opening. I was confused, but then I reassured myself that it was the old house noises. Either way, I went to check the front door to make sure it was locked. To my surprise, the front door was left unlocked. I quickly locked it and ran behind the couch to hide, because I heard the bathroom door open. My cousin had finished counting, and he was starting to look for me. I could hear him walking downstairs. After some time, he finally found me behind the couch. I was expecting him to show me his timer, to see how fast it took him to find me. But the first thing he asked me was if I was walking upstairs, because he heard footsteps. I told him that I was not, and together we came to the conclusion that it was the creaks from the old house. After a little while, we decided to continue playing hide and seek. I was the seeker this time, so I went into the bathroom upstairs to count. As I was counting, I heard tapping come from the upstairs. I knew it was my cousin. I was so confident that I could beat my cousin's time, because as soon as I finished counting, I ran out of the bathroom and started looking. I checked the rooms upstairs, and I just needed to check one more closet. I opened the closet and looked to my left. There was nothing there, but I could hear a faint breathing coming from my right side. I quickly turned to my right and yelled, "I gotcha." There I could see a man standing in the corner of the closet. He was hiding behind a giant box. I was terrified. I screamed as loud as I could and slammed the door shut, running down the stairs. I called to my cousin, telling him that there is a stranger in the house. He quickly responded from the bathroom downstairs. He unlocked the door and let me in. Then he told me that as I was counting in the bathroom, he saw a man open the closet door. My cousin got so scared that he locked himself in the bathroom. He also texted me, but I was so excited to find him that I did not check my messages. As we were talking quietly, we could hear walking coming down the stairs. We knew it was the random stranger. We decided to call the police just to be safe. As I was calling the police, I could hear noises coming from the other side of the door. Suddenly, we heard the man say, "Come out of the bathroom and play hide and seek." His voice gave me goosebumps. My cousin yelled at him, saying that we called the cops. That was when the man tried opening the bathroom door one last time. Since he could not open the door, he ran out of the front door into the woods, disappearing. When the cops finally arrived, we looked over the cameras that we have installed outside of my house. The cameras caught the man standing in the front yard, staring at the house. The worst part is that the cameras also caught the man opening the front door and entering the house earlier. After this experience, my cousin and I never played hide and seek again. The police never ended up catching the guy, but now we are making sure to lock all the doors in case the man ever returns. It was a regular hot summer day. My 4 friends and I wanted to go play hide and seek around the high school. I was 13 around the time. We wanted to play at night because it made the game more fun. After a little while, when the sun finally started going down, my friends and I gathered by the high school. We were all ready for the game. The rules of the game are simple. We are only allowed to hide around the high school. After a long time of arguing about who should be the seeker, my friend finally agreed. While he was counting, my 3 friends and I started running in different directions. Our only source of light was the phone flashlights that we had. These lights are also not the best, making it really hard to see. My friends and I always play around the same school, because there's an abandoned small area which we can hide in. As soon as I took off, I already started walking in that direction. I knew I was gonna hide in the abandoned area. As I walked over to the abandoned section of the school, my heart was racing. I had a bad feeling. Either way, I shook off the weird feeling and entered the building. It was very dark inside, but I had my phone light. The light was able to illuminate the area. There was lots of broken desks and chairs. I quietly walked to the 2nd floor using the creaky stairs. When I reached the top, I walked to the far corner of the building and hid behind a giant box. I turned off my phone light and just waited. After a little while, I heard the stairs creaking. I was so scared, but I thought it was one of my friends, also hiding in the same abandoned building. Soon the footsteps got closer and closer to the room that I was in. When the footsteps entered the room I was in, I froze in fear, waiting for my friends to find me. But that did not happen. The footsteps seemed to have stopped, and there was not a single sound anymore. I realized that it could not have been my friend, so I softly mumbled the word, "Hello?" That was when I heard loud footsteps coming closer to me. I quickly turned on my flashlight, expecting to see my friend. Instead, I could see a tall man dressed in all black walking towards me. I ran from behind the box and out the door, running down the stairs. Outside the abandoned house, my friend saw me. He asked me what happened. I told him the entire story of the man in the building. Just as I was going to grab my phone out of my pocket, I realized that I did not have my phone. I must have dropped my phone while running, I told my friend. By this time, my other 4 friends joined us, and we explained the story to them. The same instant, we heard a giant slam inside the abandoned building. It sounded like a door slamming closed. After a little while of not hearing any more noises, we all decided to go back to find my phone. We figured the man had left. As we all walked in the building, everything was quiet. We walked up the creaky stairs quietly. Finally, when we reached the room, I could see my phone flashlight, which was still turned on. But before I could walk in and get the phone, my friend stopped me. He gestured to all of us to run, so we all ran out of the building and left the area. Later that night, my friend told me that he could see 2 people hiding in the closet in the same room as the phone. We all realized that we were probably going to walk into a trap.